asked to VP Works after the meeting. There were several appointments for special Senate sessions. And not a single one of them reached the 2/3 required to vote on the resolution that was in special Senate session. So it's your guys' obligations to attend these special Senate sessions, which are organized by Pro Tem Boris Vivek. And they're required events, so you have to go. And yeah,
Sorry, but like, if it's like a special meeting, you can't expect everyone to make it. You know, like if it's like out of like our meeting time, like our time frame, there's people that do sports, people that like have things to do, their classes. One of them, I don't like, I didn't make one of them, but the other one I couldn't make it because I was doing a sport, but like I wouldn't expect everyone to make it to a special Senate meeting. It's just not reasonable, especially since everybody has stuff to do.
I agree, and I couldn't come to some of the sessions. So, you know, in the future, did everybody respond to did you send out any forms for scheduling and?
Yeah, I did, but the thing is that I had to send out like 2 days ahead of time. Cause I wasn't given enough notice on the specific resolution, I would say, so. I'm really sorry to everyone that there was just not a time warning, like a specific week, so you could plan it out in your schedule, because you kind of had to. Make it last minute into your day, 2 days ahead of time, so I just wanna apologize for that, and. In the future, because I know this was a last second thing and. You couldn't have planned any other way, but in the future, if you do wanna organize a session. Please like let me know if you need the resolution passed within like a week and a half, 2 weeks, because this resolution specifically, like, we were still voting on it yesterday and it's for Friday, like, I feel like that's not enough time given notice, and I'm sorry for everyone for just like sending these last minute messages and then you have to be absent because you can't fit into your schedule, so
Yeah,
I'll try to plan it better next
thank
time.
you. But just to let you know, guys, you are technically have to go to the emergency Senate sessions. Except special Senate sessions. Except, yeah, I mean, Senator Farragalla and Patel. You would have to give greater notice. I understand why it was so. Appreciated because, as you saw, it's difficult to schedule.
With all due respect, I agree with what you guys are saying, however. We didn't know and we weren't aware of these budget cuts within the time and manner. We were preparing from the winter break. And the fact that we had to hear about the budget cuts, that really affected us, and that's why we had poor time management on our part. However, we were planning with a lot of people and members from student engagement. We were planning, meeting by meeting basis. It's just, again, the budget cut came at such a bad time and that affected us all.
Okay. Thank you. Also, there is, you can get a proxy, so please try to get proxies if you can't attend. You don't have to dedicate your entire life to student government, but one of your responsibilities are to either be in person to Senate sessions or by a proxy. So in the future, please do that. That is part of your obligation as a senator. Does anyone have anything else to add, or can we move on? Okay, that's clear. And CFO Wilson, did you raise your hand?
Yeah, just so clear, I got the meetings, or not meetings, but like the members for the club, is that why they got rejected? Terrence sent out something that was a recent rule, but it has to be at least 12 members for a club to be considered active. I'm sorry they had to hear about it that way, but that was something that he did reach out to me before, so. That might just be a miscommunication between you guys, but I do agree with the cuts and stuff. Let some of the kind of mandatory to make the budget, allocated.
Thank you. So we'll move on to action items. CFO Mosek, budget update.
Yeah, so as I previously said, we met with Terrence just to make sure we have everything correct. And we just wanted to share this with you guys. You could have as much transparency as we all want, but if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to sit down and answer.
Yes.
What it, like, there's total remaining says 1,800, but I'm just confused on the top, it says total allocated 1,000. So was something spent or because there's nothing written?
Where you live?
Total allocated, it says 1,400, and then total remaining, it says 1,800.
Oh, I just might have made but it should be. Oh, it's got 14, so,
1,400.
yeah.
Thank you. And you guys can, yes,
Can you please say that, I can see the number of total remaining budget.
you can see it on your computer.
Right here.
No, I see that, I just can't see it with my,
Oh, yeah, it's 4,171.
And you can pull it up on your computer. Okay, and you guys can review that at your own leisure. President Pro Tempore, resolution.
I didn't make this resolution.
Oh, okay.
Point of
Is it yours?
information. No, point of information, the president pro tempore typically reads all of
Oh,
the
okay,
agendas that the cabinet dates in.
I apologize.
Very good.
Okay, so you can, of course, President Wright can add, but you,
Yeah. I'm confused if this. It's the, okay,
so.
let me read it out really quick. Okay, so a resolution of the student government of the College of Liberal Arts, sponsored by Executive Cabinet. Whereas the student government or the College of Liberal Arts of Drew University is always willing to help a club or organization in need who's open to collaborating on event programming.
Oh, you're reading the wrong list.
Oh, man.
No problem.
Black, oh, I was on the. All right, yeah, I got it. So sponsored by Executive Cabin, co-sponsored by former Senators Chris Long and Senator Prince. Whereas the student government of the College of Liberal Arts of Drew University shall acknowledge all months that recognize specific gender, culture, and history to celebrate achievements and remembrance. Whereas it is our business to celebrate all students of all backgrounds at the College of Liberal Arts. Whereas Black History Month starts at the end of the week. Whereas in coordination with Drew University's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office, we shall join the celebration. Whereas the student government of the College of Liberal Arts will host a Black in Politics Forum as we are all elected officials on Monday, February 17th, 2025 at 5 p.m. where we will host multiple Black politicians on all levels of government to celebrate their Black history and hear their stories. Be it resolved that the student government of the College of Liberal Arts of Drew University shall allocate $249.18, $124.59 withdrawn from both the Senate and Executive Cabinet's budgets towards purchasing the refreshments for the event, dessert plates, napkins, bottled water, and traditional Black American desserts from Black-owned small business in Union, New Jersey.
Thank you. Do you have anything to add to this?
I mean, if you all saw my Google Calendar invite, this event's still happening on Monday, whether this, resolution is approved or not, this is just to provide some light refreshments for the event. Other than that, yeah, we have 6 Black politicians, 2 mayors, one from Linden, one from Hillside. We have a councilman from Jersey City. We have the council president, for the city council in Jersey City. We also have state senator from the New Jersey legislature, as well as I know we have a representative from Senator Booker's office is coming, and then there's a 6th person that I just can't think of right now. Yeah, but yeah, we'll be having that event on Monday. All members of student government are required to attend all student government sponsored and co-sponsored events. If you can't make this event, just contact Chief of Staff John Baptiste and let her know. And yeah, you don't need a proxy for events. It's just, if you can make it, please make it. If you look at the QDQ document, it has all of the roles that you should be fulfilling. And if you just can't make it, just please let me know so that doesn't count as an absence towards you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you have any questions, get to me after the meeting or you got to me.
Thank you. Any questions? Motion to vote on Wampel, seconded by Senator Patel. Yeas? Senator Azim?
Yay.
Nays? Abstentions? Pass. Other from the board, Vivek, there's another resolution that you're to present.
Sponsored by Executive Cabinet. Whereas the student government of the College of Liberal Arts of True University is always willing to help a club or organization in need who is open to collaborating on event programming. Whereas the Caribbean Student Society has used all of their allocated budget given to them by the BOB due to them hosting many events in their first full semester as a club with great attendance for members of our constituencies this past fall. Whereas the Caribbean Student Society is planning an event called Rep Your Flag Fete on Friday, March 21st, 2025. Whereas the Fete is a large organized party or dance. Whereas there will be music, food, fun, and a fundraiser for Heidi. Be it resolved that the student government of the College of Liberal Arts of Drew University shall allocate $981.42, $490.96 withdrawn from both the Senate and Executive Cabinet's budgets towards co-sponsoring the Caribbean Student Society Rep Your Flag for 10.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, where, like, what is this specifically going towards, like, if we give them the month, like, the funds? Cause I know it says music, food, fun, fundraiser, but like, gotta be more specific than food, like.
Information that was given to me by the president of CRIPSO, which is the abbreviated name for the Caribbean Student Society. She told me that they're doing a fundraiser for Haiti. I don't know if everyone knows, but there's some ongoing conflicts going on in Haiti and they're trying to donate money. It just says, SJP was able to do goals for Gaza type of thing. So they just fund this event. It's type of fundraiser type of event that they'll be hosting. They also wanted me to let everyone know that they originally asked for way more money than this prior to budget. That's the extra $2,000, but they cut down their budget significantly since the budget cuts. This is their new number, but they also said they're willing to take any amount of money that we're willing to give them. So whatever this, even though this number is here, the Senate has the right to, if they still would like to co-sponsor this event, can amend the number that was presented right here. So that- As far as I know, they are not, but they are asking to collaborate with Sudan.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Do you know what fundraising organization they're
I'm not sure. But also, you all have the power to table, so you want me to get some more information before you pass this resolution, you can also do that as well. It's ultimately up to you all.
I motion,
Senator Fair. Senator Fair, no.
I motion the table.
I'll second. Okay. Senator Azim,
Yay.
nays? Abstentions? Can anyone be specific on what they want to hear from, or included on the resolution for next time? Yeah.
Specifically, where like what organization they're working for fundraising and like what specifically they want for food, like, you know how the other budget was more specific, like for, you know, napkins, music, I mean, music. Self-explanatory, but like it's be more a bit more specific and elaborate.
Specificity.
With the fundraiser for Gaza, we had one person, spokesperson, who explained themselves very thoroughly. I would like to say to happen for this.
I wanna basically know, who they're partnering with in regards to, the fundraising. Cause when SJP asked, if they could have stood up to help out, they mentioned, which organization they're fundraising.
So President Wright.
I actually found more information for you guys. My apologies. Doesn't have to be. If you want to retract the table, then you can, but if still would like to take some time to review this information, I can give you all access to this document. But this is actually the organization right here. Yeah, but if you want me to share and then self-reflect and depending on how you determine how you want to vote on February 26th at our next meeting, can do that as well. Or if you want to take time to look at it now and vote on it now, it's completely up to you all.
I also would want, just a little more, like Terrence really just emphasized collaboration, with the collaboration with other cultural clubs. I know that, you know, cultural clubs are very distinct, but perhaps just more collaboration.
There's like some South Asian Union, there's like the African.
Yes.
I mean, I initially reached out for them to collaborate during the fall semester. I don't know if they're still open to collaborating, so let's just bring that up.
Sasa can elaborate. Important question,
No, it's okay.
Senator Rossi.
I guess my question is, on the beat headphones and then DJ, if, I guess if we're hiring a DJ, I'm kind of wondering why would you need $100 for headphones?
That's what I was gonna say.
I believe, point of information, my apologies. I believe some of this stuff is also stuff to auction off, so there might be a raffle at the end that students also have to pay for. So more incentive to make money to actually give to the cause. So yeah, that's probably most of the things on here are for. A lot of this stuff is promotional, things to give out to students for free, as well as students to auction off and raffle, as well as the food being provided, et cetera. Yeah.
Senator Dion.
Just really quick, if you could add like. They could provide like an estimate or like a goal of how much they're trying to raise, because if it's less than the total that they're asking for, I don't. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah, Senator Bell.
I was talking about this in a special meeting. I still am very against hiring DJs outside of Drew. We have so many capable students. $500 to be used for something else. I talked to my friend Jonah today. He DJ'd for Starry Night. He was doing some DJs at parties at Drew's. He was there for Sloppy. I know we talked about Brendan Burkett also. He's busy, but I've talked to Jonah personally today and he would be up for it. I don't think $500 is worth it for a DJ. I know DJs are great, but we have great DJs here. And I think still, if you bring students more collabs, more of a homey feeling, that just builds the communities, you know, like that DJ is gonna bring his friends, for them to pull up, you know. That's just an opinion though. I wanna hear otherwise.
I do know that Joan is a very capable DJ, and I'm sure there's other student talents to cultivate on campus if you can save a little money that way. President Wright.
Just point of inquiry, if you could send me a list of students at Drew who are DJs and send me their emails and information so that I can send this out to all clubs as well as Calypso specifically for this instance, so that they're able to contact them, and also if they have works that they've recorded so that they show their quality, so that student organizations are able to trust that these students are capable of bringing the hype that students are looking for at these types of students. That would be great.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Necessary question?
He kind of relates to something else.
Oh, is this for your resolution?
Yeah, because.
Okay, so
It's kind of similar.
Well, I know that you're discussing a DJ in your resolution, so when we get to your resolution, which is next, we'll talk about that. So it sounds like it's gonna stay tabled, but unless someone has a motion. Does anyone have anything else to add? Okay, we'll move on. Senator Farragalla, you have a motion. Now resolutions.
Oh, what resolution am I exactly talking about?
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, that was for.
So basically, me and Senator Farragut, due to the budget cut, we discussed like to make like a document or some sort of like guideline for clubs on how to fundraise. So like, there's a link all the way at the bottom, just like, we still have to talk to Terrence about this. I reached out to him like earlier this week, he just got back to me yesterday. So this is, so what we want student government to basically do is just spread it out to, like, once it's approved by Terrence and whoever else would be further approval from. We just wanted to like spread out to all the clubs, which would be ideal if other club leaders would have their, would, how do I say this? Would have their, if we had other clubs contact information, so I mean, that's another thing I can work with Terrence also, just like tell him that. But like, yeah, that's.
Okay, I think everybody can read the resolution on their own. So please take a minute to do that. Senator Patel and Farragallo, would this be primarily your responsibility, or would you want some support from student governments?
I think it would be best if it was our responsibility as well as it could be handled by student engagement instead of parents. We just wanted to help, the reason why we have the resolution is just to spread out the word that we have, like fundraising guidelines, so it's easier for clubs that really wanna do fundraising for like merch or anything else, like for causes, they could just go back to these guidelines.
Cool. Everyone had time to read? Okay, any questions? Comments, concerns? Does anyone have a motion? Oh, you have a question.
I have a question on the, what I can see on the invoice, the major expense, actually.
We're not there yet, not.
That's a different, yeah, it's the one.
Never mind then.
Sarah Spivak.
Motion to vote by block vote.
I second.
Oh, I can't change it now, can I?
Yeah, you already got a second, so yeah.
I think we can be open with our vote on this one. Yays. Any yays? Nays? Senator Adine, what do you vote?
Yay.
So. Yates, please raise your hand up high. Yates, raise your hand up high. Abstentions, up high. Unfortunately, this resolution did not pass.
Can you ask why?
Will. Yes, there's. Yes.
Budget.
Okay. We're fundraising. With that being said, it's.
I understand that you're fundraising, it's not guaranteed that we will have the same amount or more amounts that you requested this Senate.
Yes.
Also budget, I just believe, if we do much more with that money, especially towards sloppy, that's
So are you guys on the correct resolution by any chance?
It's fundraising, the opportunity to raise money and get people involved within the community to ask for donations.
The name of this resolution is implementation of fundraising guidelines for clubs. You're on that.
Apologies, I was on the wrong one.
You're fine. like I said, at my old school, my previous institution, we raised $153,000, which can sustain clubs and organizations for a long period of time.
Which can also help the clubs if they need it.
This resolution, the next resolution spends money. This resolution is simply to propose guidelines to clubs so they can fundraise.
And for instance, having dunk tanks on campus where we dunk faculty, staff and administration. Having fundraisers when it comes to handing out like candy grams, when it comes to, other fun-filled events. Just getting the word out that, hey, we're the students when we're here representing Drew and we need your support, both internally and externally within the community.
Yes,
Apologies for that. Can I change my vote or can we do a revote? I was on the wrong one. That's totally on me.
we'll do a
Stand up and
revote.
say
Is
that.
everyone on the correct resolution? This is not to spend any money. Simply.
What's happening?
Okay,
Oh, no. I sent it to you, so-
Can you send it in the main chat for everyone?
Yeah,
Like, all of us can't find it.
yeah, I know, I'll send you that.
okay, we'll revote. Yays for the, yays,
Can we just give it a minute so they can reread the?
yeah, everyone,
3 minutes.
yes.
So to avoid like these complications in the future, instead of like saying like, hey, you guys can read it, like, can we just like make sure that everybody's has access to the right material, because
Okay, we'll have
instead
them,
of like, oh, just read it by yourself.
we'll have them
Sorry.
read. It was on the screen, yes.
Kind of, where do you guys send this typically?
Is Senator, I don't know.
It was sent through email. I was confused because it was
Yeah.
usually sent through chat.
This time it was sent through email, so that's.
It was sent directly through email.
Yeah.
It is also usually sent through chat.
And point of information, if you go on Google Drive and you look up Red Clover Administration, you can find everything student government based on there. It's very organized. You click on meeting agendas and it has every meeting agenda from special senate to executive senate sessions, as well as our general regular meetings that we're having today.
Senator Agenov, you are on the mailing list, so you should receive the agendas. Okay? Yes.
Small comment, I don't know, there's a club manual.
Yeah, there is, but no one looks at it. That's why we want to just make one simple doc that just says, hey, this is how you fundraise, here are the rules, like plain simple for club leaders just to look at. Sorry if that sounded very rude, but yeah.
Senator Dean.
Just really quick, is this consistent with the guidelines in the handbook?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's the
why
same
we're,
thing,
that's
just
why-
putting it ahead so people can see it.
Yeah, like that's why basically if we're having a meeting with Terrence just to make sure it falls within the guidelines.
I'll have the next resolution read out loud, but has everybody read this resolution specifically? It was also on screen.
Yes,
Okay. Does anyone have a motion?
motion to go by law board.
I second it.
Okay, yays? Senator Azim,
Yay.
yays? Abstentions? Okay. Now the more contentious. Contentious resolution. Senator Patel and Farragamo, whoever wants to.
You wanna go first? Okay,
And
so,
please read it out loud.
Bryce.
Oh,
Sure, go ahead.
okay, before you read, it's very long. Does everyone have access to this resolution? Yes, Senator.
Cause we could just send a link to the doc in the chat and everybody has it right here.
Yeah, and could you send it? Yeah, just a resolution to the chat. Yes.
I have a question. So when does, President Pro Tempore, Spivak, when does he get to read the motion? And then when do we just read it on our own? Like what's? how does it work?
Well, he proposes resolutions for the cabinet,
Okay,
because we technically
And
can't
speaking
speak
personally.
and personally.
so he does the cabinet and personal ones
Yeah,
and
and
then. all
then the
other-
senators who make resolutions presented themselves.
Mhm.
I don't like having things read out loud because I think it's a waste of time, but you can disagree with that.
Mhm.
Does everyone have access to it? Senator Farragamo or Patel, would you like to make some comments on this, summarize?
So we are trying our best to host this event and we have hosted 3 special Senate meetings where I'm sorry if this sounds really schedule or anything like that, but it's like we had 3 different opportunities to show up and you didn't, so I don't know if that's a reflection of me, but like it's a. Go ahead.
What we're trying to say is that we think it's very inconvenient because, of course, for student government, you sign up, you show up. You've read the contract, you've read the bylaws, it's good to know what's going on. So the issue is that we're trying to make an effort, we've been trying to do.
Please make comments related to the resolution.
Yes, yes. So we've been trying to do these comments and things regarding this event, and not only that, we specifically asked in one of the meetings to give us the contact information.
Please make comments to
It is to the
the
resolution.
specific resolution,
Of
because we
course.
spoke about this earlier.
Yeah. So again, we haven't heard back in terms of like regarding finding contacts within Brew University. That said, we're on a time crunch right now, and not only that, we're not playing with, we're not playing with, things happening, we're playing with people's schedules, we're playing with finances. So again, all I'm trying to say is that, we always, advocate in terms of, being there for the students to help students. But I feel like with the miscommunication going on, it's really affecting the way we're, trying to make this.
Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
I think it's not a problem of miscommunication, but problem of anticipation, you know? I think you try, okay, let's do 3 Senate meetings, special Senate meetings, and we have to get everyone because we're gonna do it in 1.5 weeks and 2 weeks. That for me is not, I don't think it's really viable. And for example, I showed up to 1. You can't expect everybody like, oh, I can show up to like all 3 of them. It's like, yeah, we're gonna try to show up, but if you put it like, oh, we're gonna do this, and the next day you're like, oh, we're gonna do this again, I'm like, okay, but that day I can't show up. It's natural, like, I'm not gonna be able to show up every time there's like, oh, we have to meet at this time at this hour, I'm like, bro, I'm in class.
I
know,
completely
I don't mean to
understand.
cut you guys off. We did discuss this earlier. We will, moving forward, schedule when everybody's available, make an effort to bring proxies and, have the resolution a little earlier. So set a pro tempore civic
One more-
organized.
One more thing.
Yes, do you have?
And as you spoke about the DJs, I did say that I was gonna find at least a few DJs. I swear I went into the parties. I've gathered. I've gathered like, I'm waiting for like a few more.
Here's something in my shoes, and like yesterday, we literally voted on it, right? And then I contacted the other, like the DJ that we're getting straight up. So it's not fair for them for me to call them again and be like, oh, sorry, like we passed it the first time, but we didn't pass it the second time.
So what is this passing you were talking?
So when we have the most recent meeting, a lot of us approved in terms of proxy. With that said, then I gave a confirmation to the individual telling
So
them,
were
hey,
these legitimate proxies?
well, here's the thing, we didn't address the legitimate proxy situation. How was I to know that we're supposed to have legitimate proxies? And not only that, a lot of things were happening at so many times that I didn't know what was happening, and we got it approved.
So
So
moving forward, that doesn't count as a true approval, unfortunately. Moving forward, I don't know, I wasn't at the meeting because I couldn't go, I don't know what happened. But we are on a time crunch. Does anyone have any questions related specifically to this resolution?
So, just to bring up a concern alongside my question, from what I've gathered, the consensus is that people like the event. It's just the timing and the date that's problematic. I find it highly unlikely that you're gonna have a good turnout doing it at night on Valentine's Day. I could be wrong. People are really on board with it. Is it possible that you could reschedule the event, maybe to have it passed properly as well as ensure a higher turnout?
we've been trying to do that with special Senate meetings, and it's been an issue. The other thing is we confirmed with people, and I don't wanna let those people down, and at the end of the day, if we made a resolution to pass it yesterday, I think with the time crunch of literally 2-3 days, it's gonna be, difficult.
So no,
Unfortunately, I'm sorry to cut you.
so no, then. Okay.
Unfortunately, if promises were made to third parties, the senators now are not required to vote a certain way, just to make that clear. Does anyone else have any questions about this resolution specifically?
So just to confirm, since it was already made, the funding is going directly to it already without vote? Or do we still have to vote on the funding because because you said it was already made, so the Senate doesn't necessarily have to, but should we still vote on it?
I'm sorry.
Could you just repeat the thing you said about how once arrangements are already made?
Oh, I'm just saying that you were saying that there's some third party communication and they think they're gonna get funding or something. You guys don't have to vote a certain way. Impression.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought you meant vote at all, not vote a certain way.
Or, no, I don't want senators to feel pressure in any way, because it's neutral.
Just to clarify a few things, this is what the bylaws say when it comes to proxies. So when there's a notion of is that, we weren't aware of, illegitimate proxies, well, individual US senators are supposed to know their roles as a senator. So when you look at the bylaws, it plainly says what a proxy is defined as and what constitutes and qualifies proxy. So we've seen in the past, there's been issues with people bringing in proxies, but those proxies aren't adhering and meeting these qualifications that are listed right here in the bylaws. Just to further add, no promises should have been made to third parties, because one, that's bad for business, because now I understand you completely. Now, that person probably will never want to do business with student government or Drew University at all due to the miscommunication. But, with these special Senate sessions, the goal you tried to achieve could have simply been achieved today because this meeting was yesterday. We could have just done it today, but I understand due to the essence of time what you were trying to achieve. But I am in full support of what Senator Dean was proposing, that we should just reschedule the whole event, because the senators are not saying that they don't want to have this event. They're just saying that the date that's proposed is is a huge conflict with it being Valentine's Day, with it happening in the evening. Not saying that there's no singles on campus, it's just that what is the likelihood that a mass amount of students are going to attend the event that we're spending so much money on. We just don't want to waste money, especially now with these budget cuts. We want to be as fiscally responsible as we can. Also going forward, a simple date change can fix the whole issue. And then also in terms of paying for this, like we said, there's a bunch of DJs on campus. You can find someone cheaper that can still do a good job. So I am in full support of amending this resolution to finding a cheaper DJ. That's also qualified for the event still doing what it needs to do, but also changing the date to a later date, that there could be better planning, better communications, and more promotion overall through student government from SASA, et cetera, so that the student body is more involved in that, results to a better turnout. Or we can also collaborate with DNL and get other money that's not just student government's money, so that the event is widespread.
Thank you for the insightful comments. Yes.
One more thought. I just thought of something. So we can always come to a consensus of how much student government can allow us for this event, and the rest can be handled by SASA. Do you think that would work?
We would have to discuss the financials specifically when we're talking about the resolutions. So what would you propose? Because we didn't vote on it yet, but what would you propose amending the resolution?
I'd say student government would allocate up to 200, 100 from Senate and 100 from cabinet. The rest would be handled by SASA.
Okay. We could change that now.
Two together.
Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns about this resolution? Okay. I appreciate the debate. And I do want to stress, as President Wright said, you guys don't have to come to the meetings if you have a proxy, so just get a proxy. I don't think it's that hard to get a proxy, but just please get a proxy so we can avoid issues like this in the future. Does anyone have a motion? Yeah.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
We have to do the resolution first. It is scheduled to 9:30, so maybe that's motion.
Motion to vote by secret ballot.
No, not secret ballot.
No one has to second.
A second.
Chief of Staff John Baptiste for making the performance. Send it out to all of you.
Thank you, guys. Yes.
Or we can go old school and do a paper.
I don't have access to a computer currently.
Do paper, do paper, 'cause you-
Paper, okay. And Senator Nazim, could you email, not email, give me your vote. In the chat.
Guys, in 7 minutes, and you guys were 7 minutes late, so it's technically supposed to be 9:37. I was not addressing Senator Gupta specific.
Thank you.
Some people like the guys.
Pass it down to Angie. Polanco. No, you just put yes or no or abstain.
Yay, nay, or abstain? Which are, yeah. Guys, also proxies, I don't even know how you guys were doing this, but they have to be part of the constituency. I thought that was self-evident. Meaning it has to be part of the student body. I outsourced.
Wait, can you elaborate on that?
I'll give it up, I'll pull it up.
I'll send it,
Okay, so basically, like, if you're a senator at large, you can ask any one of all classes to be a proxy for you, but if you're a freshman senator, only freshmen can be a proxy based on classes. And if you're a senior senator, same thing. If you're an international senator, it's the same thing, so just make sure that they're in part of the people that you're serving.
that makes sense to me, I don't.
So I can have proxy like now because Senator Borza is not here. He asked me to be a proxy right now. And
Well, you're your own senator. Wait, what do you mean?
Wait, you wanted you to be a proxy.
I
Yeah.
He just asked him to like represent him as well, because he would be part of his constituency, so he would be voting for himself as well as.
I don't
Is there
think
another-
you can tell
I don't think that was.
So it does need to be a separate.
I mean, Senator Orr said that it was a thing last semester, but.
Is there anything? in-
Wait, was Senator reading the center last semester?
I don't recall that happening.
Yes.
Last semester.
Guys, being lazy. Get a proxy. If you're not talking to your constituency regularly, then you're not doing your job. To be fair.
That's great.
Hello, I didn't know.
Guys, you have to say nay on the card.
I think everyone's tired.
The resolution did not pass. Yeah, so. We'll move on to the Bob report.
No, you skipped a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Senator and committee updates, please make it brief.
So sustainability committee is meeting from 6:30 to 7:30 on Wednesdays on Google Meet. We have a event with President Lang, and then concern about my senator. It's basically, I reached out to Hannah, it's been like 4 to 5 days, I don't know what else to do for my senator projects for the transfer positions. Questions in regards, regarding you guys.
With the information, I'll just continue contacting her, that's the only, I don't have any other, we don't have any other contacts other than her Drew email, so I'll just keep following up until she responds, or if you ever see her around, try to keep her in person, that's the best that we can do at this point, but she is the new committee chair, so also assimilating into the role is brand new for her, so I will try to get in contact with her to be a little more pursuant on fulfilling her duties and being responsive, so.
If it is a persistent issue, she'll have to do that. Basically. Bob report, or does anyone else have any senator or committee updates and or committee updates? Cool. Bob report, CFO Mosick.
Yeah, no, good, pretty good.
All right. Attorney General report, Blanco. Staff report. Communications officer report. Yes.
In the previous cabinet meeting, we talked about how some of our students come who are secondary line. So, Andrew came up with an idea, but I just want to stand on it. And I'm suggesting that, like, all the senators can email me to make like a really good to them video. It doesn't have to be like really urgent, but I just want to make the student government page engaging and inviting for students to come to the right person and like have a proper organized organization and communication, so yeah, my email is the letter, my first name and my last name, and I can then do it.
We make sure to do that. President Pro Tempore report.
I just wanna say again, sorry everyone for the miscommunication, the like ton of meetings in such a small time. I'll make sure to plan them out better in the future, and in the future, again, just remember, if you have a resolution, just tell me within like 2-3 weeks, so we'll actually have time to approve it.
Thank you. The key takeaways from the Senate meeting. Get proxies, that's your responsibility from your constituency. Please adhere to the dress code, business casual, or the t-shirts, the shirts we bought you. Is there anything else?
I was pretty on the spot.
Okay.
I don't really have anything at the moment. If I will, I'll put it out at the end of the meeting, if you guys are ready to adjourn.
Okay, announcements in upcoming events. You can read that. Just wait. Does that have a motion?
Oh my god.
Yes, I motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yes.
Yay.
We have to follow proper procedure. Nays? Abstentions.
I said yay.